Good afternoon from Yami BTV. Wishing you all well, sending loads of love to you all as usual. Now, breaking news coming in reminds me of times goes by, but it didn't end in the way that this sad, tragic event has just done. So, a man is out on the street somewhere near Golders Green, right? He's allegedly involved in hitting someone, assault and criminal damage. So we're not talking massive offences. The police come. He decides to leg it, like many of us who are involved in crime. When police come, we either panic or stay cool. But when you want to get away, you start running fast in blind kind of mist, if you like. He gets chased and he runs into Colindale train station, goes downstairs or the escalators, runs down onto the northern line where everybody stands up waiting for trains. Police are running behind him. He's running, looking back like that. What does he do? He jumps onto the tracks and runs into the tunnel and dies from sustaining injuries. So, if you commit a crime, the police have to chase you, all right? If they see you or they're being called, that's what their job is. And unfortunately, the police are saying, you know, what do we do? But what was his mental state? Why go on the train tracks of all places? Gordon Bennett, it's an electric line. Wouldn't mind if it was like an overground where you could see everything and the diesel, you step over there. But, sad way to go. It's very, very sad. And remind me of times gone by when doing bad things. Once I was over the countryside, right? Up to no good, climbing through a window of a big, big ranchy kind mansion. In the evening, it was probably winter time, right? I've gone through a window and sadly, right, these are the kind of things that happen when you do commit crime. It's a feature, or it can end even more drastically, like I've seen from many men over the years who take, it gets more serious than the crime that they was committing. All of a sudden you've shot, stabbed, killed someone and trying to run, basically. I was in someone's property, right, during my bad days, opened a couple of drawers and I just found big boxes of jewellery with what seemed to be diamonds and everything. So, because there were so many rooms in there, I was running through on my own and all that, like trying to move really fast, right? I got a plastic bag and started putting the boxes in the plastic bag. And whilst putting 5, 6, 7 boxes into the bag, I heard a noise. I thought it was the front door. So I've headed in a direction that I thought was the one that I came through the window. And then I've got out the window, I've got to this window, pushed it. It was very, very small and jammed because there were gates on these windows as well, but one was loose. So but I was thinking, where's the one that I came in through before? So panic, somebody coming back, don't want them to catch me, thief in the night and all that. Come out the window, thinking that I'm stepping into the back garden. What happens? I end up going all the way down. I was in the air ages. I've landed into a swamp. All the boxes fell out the bags and were lost in the swamp. Come water of some kind, but it felt like I was in quicksand because it was slowing me down. I back with mud, rain, I had a bump on my head. The kind of things, nothing good comes out of anything bad. And in panic, blind, that mist that I've just spoken about, when trying to get away, right? You're not focusing properly. Some men have stayed cool, but everybody reacts different to certain situations. It depends on the day, I suppose. But either way, I lost everything. I was injured. I was wet. I got away from that, thankfully, but what did I gain out of it again from doing bad things? The other one was, I was out with 3 geezers once over Balcombe Street where the siege was, and we was doing up to no good, leaving the crimes, right? Walking down, carrying bags, holdalls, blah, blah. All 3 of us are walking just behind each other. But you know, that kind of side of London is quite hot. And we're walking up the road and then an SPG van, a car, start coming, start driving a little bit faster, and then started jumping out the car, the police. The two in front of me, my mates, went to the right, right? Where there was a train track, an open one, where, you know, there was probably 3-4 ways out. I think the canal was down that way, Regent's Park Canal, right? Not Regent's Park Canal, the canal that leads to Regent's Park. So they've gone over the gate while the police are running towards them and, you know, made their escape over that way. I was running and I didn't head the same way. And I run to the left, just thinking that they got to come that way. I'll go back this, but then there was police coming up from that. I run smack bang into them. Again, I couldn't think it through properly, but in that mist of when you've done things wrong, going back to prison, you're nicked, you're going to lose the high life, so to speak, and all those feelings and thoughts that are going through your mind, and panic sets in because the guilty feet have no rhythm. Everybody's all right when they're getting away with stuff. Unfortunately, until the day when it ends in tragedy, like the first bit I'm telling about, or it ends in real drastic and dramatic circumstances. A lot of armed robbers back in the day being shot, killed, stone dead. A lot of robbers back in the day, or people committing crime, have shot their way out and ended up with probably what they would have got for the crime, 10, 14 years. In this case, on the train track, he would have probably got 6 to 9 months. Sadly, loses his life for trying to get away, right? Whether he was thinking and feeling our thoughts or with the family. But what I was going to say there, to end there, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you're not expecting, because when you go out, most of the time when you're doing the bad things some of us did, and in that life, that you get away with it and you walk away coolly and smoothly. But there will always be a day when it doesn't go quite right. I'll be up later on, just about to travel. Loads of love to you all.